is the What Are We Doing podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 84, I think. Yes, episode 84, Queens. Let's go, baby. We're almost at 100. We're slowly getting there, okay? But we're doing it the right way. Every week on Friday, here we are. Bam, recording. Bam, we're editing. Bam, we'll be uploading. Bam, we're distributing. Bam, we're tweeting nonstop. We're tweeting nonstop. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, hey, what are we doing? Okay? Get to twitter.com. And if you don't have a Twitter, A2CKilla on Twitch, twitch.tv/A2CKilla, okay, with an A on the end. It's an A. You know what I mean? Make a Twitter. And then you're going to search for @Levi_McCurdy. And then you're going to search for @what_pod. I'm almost positive. And if not, it's going to be different on the screen. You'll see it. And that's what you type in. And then you hit follow. And then you hit follow. And then you scroll. And you hit like, retweet, like, retweet, like, retweet, like, retweet, like, retweet. And then you go to the other account. And you scroll. And you hit like, retweet, like, retweet, like, retweet, like, retweet. And then you share it with your friends on all your other social media accounts. Because that's what you do for your friends. And I'm your friend, right? You consider me your friend? Do it. Hey, why haven't you done it yet? You should be doing it right now. My phone? Nope. Phone's not blowing up on a Friday. Okay? Shout out to Drake and that guy who literally just did that one song and it didn't really work. You know what I mean? So, but speaking of that one song, dude, hey, we've got a new #1 song in the country. And I'm not talking Justin Bieber, okay? Unfortunately, he couldn't make it again this week. It's a hard time. Listen, he's dealing with the whole Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber and like one of the Jenner girls making fun of Selena. But listen, Selena's a freaking bombshell compared to Hailey or the Jenner chick. Look at this. Hey, don't come after Selena Gomez, dude. Okay? This is the first mistake you make. Okay? Like we're with her. We're with Selena Gomez all day, every day. It is not a Justin Bieber song. Unfortunately, he's dealing with that stuff. Donald Trump, baby. Donald Trump is here. Okay? And boy, oh boy, it's a doozy. Okay? The inspiration for this, here's how it all started. Okay? A handful, there's probably like maybe 12, 15. I don't know the exact numbers, but let's just say a handful of guys and possibly girls are locked up in Washington, D.C. awaiting trial for their actions at the Jan 6 riots. I know it seems like we talk about the Jan 6 riots a lot on this podcast lately, but they're in the news. It's kind of hilarious. And, things are going on, and it's fun. And I like figuring it out with you guys. Not a political podcast at all, but maybe just this episode. Not at all. Okay, so the Jan 6 idiots are all locked up in D.C. waiting trial. And let's unfortunately not forget our friend, Riley Williams. Riley Williams should be locked up in D.C. I don't think she is. I think she's still on and potentially off of house arrest. They let her go to the Renaissance Fair like every other week. So I'm sure she's just out and about walking around trying to sell Nancy Pelosi's laptop. So she's waiting trial, but a bunch of other idiots are locked up in DC. All of this is true. I'm not making any of this up. Every night before bed, the heroes from the Jan 6 riot all sing a song before bed. to, remind themselves and the guards and the prison and just everyone in general, the vibes and the atmosphere of how great this country is. The same country that put them in the jail. So they sing Justice for All. Every night before bed, these Jan 6 riders allegedly sing this Justice for All. Not to be confused with the Metallica album. They're not in there singing Metallica. They're singing like, the American song. We'll play it in a minute. So one of Trump's advisors gets wind of this event. Like, someone let it slip, maybe to the press, maybe online, whatever, who knows. He says, she said. One of Trump's advisors gets wind of it, and he found out this was happening and thought, what a move we could make here. Okay, hear me out. All we need is a decent recorder and we'll take down the Billboard charts, were his exact thoughts. And they executed, okay? So they came up with a plan, and naturally Trump found out about it, okay? And what better way to boost your own ego than record the #1 smash hit of a song with the same group of people who you directly sent to jail, kind of, sort of, in a way, like, you get it, right? You know what I mean? Like, he told him to march, and then they marched, and then went in, and the thing moved, and then he went, and then they went that way, and he went, and then it wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? Like, So they called the prison. They got all the prisoners released for a 24-hour hold at Mar-a-Lago. Trump paid for private flights from D.C. to Florida. Every single one of these people, they had armed guards with them, on them 24/7, so nothing happened. And they recorded this song in the home of Donald J. Trump. And reports say when the inmates arrived, dude, there was a spread on the table. When they arrived at his home in Mar-a-Lago, all these inmates were greeted with a spread of McDonald's, Pizza Hut pizza, and Popeye's chicken. Just all like $5,000 worth, I think it was, of just fast food laid out for these guys. So after getting to know each of the individuals and, what it meant for them to storm the Capitol that day, they all sat in a circle. We all sat in a circle in Trump's living room. We cleared out the couches, and the coffee table, because it's glass. Someone could smash Trump's head into the glass coffee table, and then that would just be a disaster. So we remove all threats from the area. So we all sit in a circle. And, they go around the circle and they explain, Jimmy did it for freedom. James did it for, the LOLs. Kathy, was just following her husband. She thought it was a peaceful women's march. And then, all of a sudden, she's in handcuffs. And Scott, well, Scott's been a Trump fan since season 2 of The Apprentice. So naturally, if Trump says jump out of a plane for your country without a parachute, Scott's jumping. Okay. So after they all went around the circle, they shared their feelings. Trump got out his recorder because no one has the best recorders like Trump. And he put it in the middle of the circle, and they sang the song. And here it is. All right, gets better. Here it comes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
All right.
and to the republic for which it stands.
Since the infamous Jan 6 events, Trump has been nominated for an Oscar in the Best Involvement in a Power Transfer Comedy category by the Jan 6 Committee. After an 18-month investigation that felt longer than a director's cut, the former president has declared his intentions to reclaim the spotlight in the 2024 election season. Meanwhile, on the charts, Justice for All is kicking up a storm, overshadowing Miley Cyrus's latest hit, Flowers, from her new album, Endless Summer Vacation. It's a musical duel for the ages, with Miley Cyrus's 8th studio album amassing over 100 million streams on Spotify in just a week, only to be outdone by the Justice-loving tune. Justice for All made a grand entrance on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube on March 4th, like a showstopper at karaoke night. At the moment, Justice for All is playing a game of hide and seek on Spotify's list of the 50 most streamed songs of the day in the U.S. on Saturday afternoon. The tune had been played 78,987 times. And a total of 141,000 times since its release a week ago. The song is ranking more waves on YouTube, where as of Saturday afternoon, its music video had been viewed 408,000 times in 9 days, giving cat videos a run for their money. So basically, dude, and Ed Henry, who's a former Fox personality, is behind this. He is listed as like the record label. And based on what we know, what we've learned from some of our sources, the company, Ed Henry's company, will be taking the majority of the streaming profits from this song. And then the remaining percentage of the profits will be distributed to the inmates' families just to pay for, any lawyer fees or just, money in their absence when they're gone. So, AKA James, Jimmy, Kathy, Scott, and a few other who wish to remain anonymous will be getting a little bit of cash. You know what I mean? But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Not everyone will get some money from this. So, like, if you hit an officer, no money for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop, no money for you. So, based on your criminal history, if Jan 6 was your only charge, money for you. And so now I know what you're thinking, right? Same thing as we were. This is Trump's first time as a musical artist. He had some dealings in the past with some music and with some musicians, but never as like a published on Spotify or iTunes artist. This is the only song on his profile. But I mean, like, hey, is there anything that this man can't do? You know what I mean? Like, is there anything this man can't do? Like the WWE, Home Alone 2, Zoolander. He was on the Jeffersons. He made an appearance in Sex in the City. You know what I mean? It was pretty incredible. That time he grabbed someone by their pussy, the Comedy Central roast, the real estate, the money, the cover of Playboy magazine, the NFT collection that sold out in hours. He still got it. And the awards. Dude, he's won awards. You thought he played in all those TV shows or did those movies and like, for nothing? No way, dude. He wants awards and he won them. Specifically, in 1990, he won Worst Supporting Actor for Ghost Can't Do It. He was nominated for Worst New Star, but he didn't win. And then in 2019, he won Worst Actor for Death of a Nation and Fahrenheit 9/11. And he also won in 2019 Worst Screen Combo, again, for both of those movies. Pretty insane. He did have some other nominations, obviously, for The Apprentice. Great show, by the way. We should do a rewatch. Hey, Chris James, let's do a rewatch of The Apprentice and then make content about it together. Let's collab. Tweet me back. Chris James. Thank you. But he was nominated for Outstanding Reality Competition and TV Personality and Male Reality Variety Star of the Year for The Apprentice, and he was nominated and did not win. He did not win any of those, dude. I mean, it's been rough. Any of the positive awards not looking good for old Daddy J, you know. Old Daddy Trump. So, I mean, the list goes on. And now, with this song, he joins the ranks of people like Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, Harry Styles, the Jonas Brothers, Elvis Presley, as he's bragging about on Fox News. I saw a clip on TikTok and I can't freaking find it, or on YouTube because their freaking Google's search sucks. And ChatGPT is not on freaking line yet. So I can't find the clip, but I know he was on Fox News bragging about how he feels like being Elvis. He's Elvis because he's number one on the charts and he feels like Elvis. Like, Donald Trump is an insane man. So next year's Coachella lineup is going to be the headliner for Saturday night. I think it's going to be the Jan 6 Prison Choir, probably via Zoom, and a live appearance of Donald Trump on stage doing his part. So they're going to headline Coachella next year, 2024, as part of his presidential campaign. They'll stop at Coachella, do this performance, and then literally take off. And so you can look forward to that. So, you know, and apparently it has a music video that I couldn't find. It says it was released, but I can't find it. I don't know. We'll try. If I can find it, I'll put it in the links down below. But I can only imagine the video will clearly, and I mean clearly, will make every single person on the track, the president included, look like a saint. Like nothing, like what they did that day was not harmful in any way. It will show positivity, smiles, families, kids, sunshine, Donald Trump, the footage of the cops beating civilians, like making them look like the bad guys. I can only imagine, right? It's probably not going to be that to a T. It's just an opinion, you know, not a fact. But I can only imagine, like, it'll make it look like they're going into St. Teresa's church to like pray and worship and have a good time with the Trumpster. So I guarantee you the music video is just going to be nothing but amazing shots of Trump smiling, everything positive, and then like all the negatives will be the police, definitely the Democrats, and, you know, whatever other, you know, harm was caused from that side. It's just, listen, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I don't vote. I don't know how to vote. I don't know. This is all for entertainment, folks. Okay. Listen, why am I supposed to? My parents, they never raised me to vote. We never talked about it. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what the fuck the left is or the right. I think the right's Republican, but then when we're talking, what the fuck is a Republican or a Democrat? Like, I get it, dude. Okay, I get it. They agree on opposite sides. Sometimes they agree like on, you know, banning TikTok. But like, you know, other times it's pretty much opposite ends. And, you know, you've got Marjorie Taylor Greene calling, you know, the president, Biden, a liar, and vice versa, and all this other stuff. So it's just, it you know, whatever the politics are, I just think it's hilarious. Like, we have a reality TV star running the country. Like, Biden or not, you know, like, Biden can't be bothered. Biden can't be bothered. We asked him just this morning. What, you know, what do you think about the indictment? What do you think's going on? And like, he can't be bothered. Okay. So why did this happen? Why did a billionaire like Trump, why would he associate himself with the people who have been deemed traitors of the country for attacking the Capitol? Like, why would he want to put his name on this? And so I think this might be in some sort of way him trying to create a redeeming arc for 2024. But like, Trump supported these idiots right up until the tear gas started flying. Okay. And so then he went radio silent. And when, all the people got locked up and now we got the Jan 6 committee and that's happening, Trump was like nowhere to be found. Like, hey, all the kids were wondering, where's Daddy Trump at? You know what I'm saying? And so, he sent them into the fire. So now that the burns have healed, he's ready to make things right again. There's breaking news. Trump has been indicted.
Here, we have just gotten word former President Donald Trump has been indicted by a grand jury in New York. Trump was under investigation by the DA's office for his alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 campaign.
This is it. Okay. Well, first of all, hold on. That gasp. What? Trump? Indicted? Meaning what? Jail time? Trump? Like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised with those gasp and the shock and this terrifying news from Fox that Trump is being indicted. I'm surprised we didn't hear this in the background. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. In a twist straight out of a sitcom, former President Trump is now facing an indictment as part of a Manhattan District Attorney's Office never-ending investigation, you guessed it, for hush money payments. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who seems to have been on Trump's case since forever, has been investigating these payments made before the 2016 presidential election. Among the juiciest tidbits are the $130,000 payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels and a $150,000 payment to former Playboy model Karen McDougal. Fox News Digital is our trusty source on these DC details. Fox News spilled the tea about the hush money payments back in 2018, and the payments were then put under a magnifying glass by the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York and the Federal Election Commission. But wait, there's more. In 2019, federal prosecutors decided not to charge Trump over the Stormy Daniels payment, even though his ex-attorney, Michael Cohen, threw him under the bus during the plea deal. The Federal Election Commission also ditched its investigation in 2021. Fast forward to Thursday, yesterday, when spokesman for the Manhattan District Attorney's Office said, the evening we contacted Donald Trump's attorney to coordinate his surrender to the Manhattan DA's office for agreement on a Supreme Court indictment, which remains top secret. They added, we'll let you know when the big day is. Of course, Trump couldn't resist responding to his indictment. He slammed Bragg for being obsessed with trying to get Trump and warned that charging a former president of the United States would surely backfire. Stay tuned, folks. The drama just keeps getting better. You know what I mean? Well, folks, listen. Here's the bottom line, and here's the factual opinion of this podcast. Paying off a porn star is like potentially one of the least controversial things an American president has ever done. Like, what are we talking about? Like, look, I get it. He's an idiot. And we use campaign money to pay her. And like, then we put it, on icing on the cake. We wrote it off payment on the taxes. We paid her with the money that we were supposed to pay for the campaign. And we paid that to her. And then we said, hey, let's write all that money off on the taxes so we don't have to pay taxes this year. So that's a bit of a problem. And it's honestly smart. So I might do the same. Like, I might try and do the same this year with my taxes. Gotta get them done. Gotta get them done real quick. A few days left. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. So New York City is gearing up, right? So in light of the news, all New York City Police Department officers, no matter what rank you are or what your assignment is, they need you at that courthouse, at that building in uniform. I think today and through the weekend they will be there because they're planning for chaos. You know what I mean? They're planning for chaos, and who knows if it'll happen, and who knows if mobs are going to show up, if there will be riots. The DeSantis down in Florida says they are not going to help in any way to extradite Trump to New York City. So they're going to, I guess, have to come get him. But I think Trump team said that they're going to surrender next week. I think on Tuesday he's going to go. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know, dude. Like, what's going to happen? Listen, jail time for Trump? No freaking way. Like, no freaking way. No way. No way. Sorry, I'm ordering lunch with my assistant. And we're getting Blaze Pizza. Hey, you ever have Blaze Pizza? It's kind of good. It's okay. It's a good lunch pizza. It's not like, it's kind of like one tick up from frozen. So like, you know, if you have a frozen pizza, just make that. It's a little bit better. But like Blaze, it's kind of okay. So, you know, shout out to Blaze if you haven't been there. They do specials sometimes, but it's like the Subway of pizza. You pick your crust, you pick your size, you pick your toppings, your sauce, your cheese, your whatever, your glaze, your crust, or whatever. And then they put it in the oven real quick, and then they bake it right in front of you real quick in a flamey flame oven. And then it's like done in like 5-ish, 8-ish minutes. And then it's okay. Megs knows how to make them really good. So she's going to make me mine. And then it should be smashing, dude. Listen, but dude, no jail time for Trump. I mean, no way. No way. Like, I mean, he said it. Like, bringing on criminal charges to a former president of the United States might backfire. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not on anyone's side here. I'm on Stormy Daniels' side. Shippy got her bag. That's all I care about. Like, other than that, I'm so curious to see what happens. And apparently this means he will have his fingerprints taken and a mugshot. So we'll definitely be seeing that, correct? Like, that'll definitely get leaked or just release public record, I think, maybe. So, hell yeah, dude. And listen, the 2024 election is steaming up. I don't know if you guys have realized, but here's who's running thus far in 2024. Well, first on the list is Biden. Assuming A, he lives that long, B, he wakes up that day, C, he wants to, and D, if they let him. So the Democrats might pick someone else. Lord knows it's not going to be the vice president. And then obviously Trump's on the list, who literally is Donald Trump. So he's running, of course. And then, of course, we have Kanye West, who, by the way, uncanceled, dude. Guess who's back? Kanye West. Uncanceled, okay? Kanye has seen the light and he's back, baby. Listen, just the other night, Megs and I, we watched 21 Jump Street, and honestly, it's probably one of the greatest films. It's definitely in the top 10. Like Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, the idiot, you know what I mean? Like, it's perfect. It's great. It's awesome. It breaks the fourth, like they make fun of it. It's a thing. Korean Jesus. Like, the whole movie is pretty awesome. Like, down to the final, like, penis being shot off scene. Like, it's kind of a great movie. And Kanye West, through the power of Jonah Hill, has realized that he is not only wrong, but he apologized. And he is ready to reconcile his relationship with the Jewish community via Instagram. Kanye West is now back on for the 2024 election. Yay, 24. And then, of course, I guess DeSantis, the guy from Florida, is running. I'm not sure why. I don't think anyone really likes him. And, of course, the one and only, the OG, the king of COVID with a K, COVID with a K, the king of the Tigers, the Tiger King himself, Joe motherfucking Exotic. His middle name is actually motherfucker. It's all one. I looked it up. It's real. His name is Joseph Maldonado motherfucker Exotic is running in the 2024 Christ. This is what happens. This is what happens to your brain. Joe Exotic, dude, he's running. And you know what? For the first time in my life, I know who I'm voting for. Okay? And listen, I know what you're thinking. Hey, what the freak? Isn't he in prison for trying to kill Carol Baskin? Which was a disappointment, by the way. I don't know if I ever talked about it on this podcast, and if I have, I apologize. But finding out that, like, Don Lewis is alive, and they knew that, and the documents came out, and I'm pretty sure he's in Costa Rica just banging his girlfriends with his chimps and his, like, alligators and shit down there in Costa Rica, and his freaking cats and his tigers and shit. And, like, he's just in Costa Rica. And, like, Netflix kind of, like, did us dirty and, like, kind of lied to us. And I think that's why their stock, it just went down, dude. I think their stock dip last year, whenever it happened, I think it's over now, but whenever it happened, like, last year when they almost went in the shitter, like, I'm pretty sure that had to do with Netflix basically lying to the planet that Carol Baskin put her husband Don Lewis in the meat grinder and fed his hamburger meat of a body to the tigers. Now, do we still believe it? Yes. But according to the documents, I don't know. It's kind of like whatever. Like, why isn't she in jail? I don't know. It's kind of weird. So, but you know what I mean? Like forever, Joe Exotic is running for president. Here's his full statement. Thank you for your interest in my campaign. Yes, I know. I am in federal prison, and you might think this is a joke, but it is not. It is my constitutional right to do this even from here. And, side note, he's right. There is nothing in our Constitution that states no one can run for president. Like, the only requirements to running for president is you have to be 35, you have to be a United States citizen, and you have to, like, you've had to live here for like 14 years or something. And that's it. It doesn't matter what you've done or where you are, who you are, where you'll be. You can run for president. Some guy did it in like the 1920s and got like 1 million votes. Now, he obviously didn't win, but like he got like 3% of the votes. So you can run for president. And then I'm assuming if you win from prison, the first thing you do is write a note to Congress and say, hey, I need a press conference and I'm impeaching some people, AKA myself, and get yourself right out of the prison. So let's confirm this lunch order and then we'll continue. Sure. Boom. Meg's coming in hot with the sexy ass pizza. Sexy ass body with a sexy ass pizza. All right. Yes, I know I'm in Constitution. I'm in prison. You can do it for me. Okay. I have been put in here only because of the corruption in the Department of Justice. 3 felons that were told how to lie under oath to further this agenda, 2 corrupt assistant U.S. attorneys, 2 corrupt FBI agents, and 1 corrupt federal wildlife agent. As seen by the evidence at www.joeexoticusa.com/evidence, you can see that they have admitted to perjury and they even had a plot to kill me before they set me up. I hope that you would take the time to educate yourself before judging me any further than most of you already have, because during this campaign and my life, I have not and will not judge you. This is why I'm doing this, to finally give you a voice and your freedom back without fear of living in a country that thinks they own you and can tell you how to live your life. Whew. I'm sold. I'm trying to vote. Where do I sign up? How do I register to vote? Put the link in the description down below. Register to vote. Let's do it. I'm not telling you to do it because it's like a thing. It's a bit, whatever, you know what I mean? There's more. We continue. That was only the first half. The only thing I did was put 5 very old, crippled tigers to sleep in the most humane way possible. And it was approved by my USDA inspector. So it's time to get over it. PETA kills thousands of animals a year. Carol has killed over 226 big cats, and most of you eat some kind of meat that comes from an animal every day. So it's time to move past this issue. I am here because I have a world platform to make these politicians listen to your and I's concerns and give us some answers for once, because all they do is lie to us and take our hard-earned money, calling it taxes, and give it away to foreign countries without them giving anything back, which is kind of true. Kind of true. It's kind of true. Sorry. Joe continues. There's a video here that pretty much speaks for itself about my life and who I am. There is nothing I am ashamed of that I have done in my life, and I am damn sure I will do things in the future that some of you may not like. But you need to remember one thing. I do not give a damn what color you are, where you came from, who you sleep with, if you have done drugs in your life in the past, or if you've made a mistake and ended up in jail or put there because someone lied about you. It is time we all put the past in the past and move this campaign forward and scare the hell out of the people, because you and I want answers. And on this website, you will see some of the issues I want to address, some of the changes I would like to see made, and I want you to submit some of your issues. Every one of you will be answered and listened to, because in this country, you, not them. We have let them run for way too long, and look at where we are. This country would not have been as advanced as it is now if it were not for private, hardworking people and people with genius minds like Elon Musk and the ones who invented the internet, cell phones, and so on. This wasn't done by our senators or congressmen and women. All they have done is pass laws to take your rights away and money away, and treat you like you're something beneath them, while they live high on the hog, ripping everyone off and everyone paying for the price of it. It doesn't stop. Joe Exotic 2024. And this is the best part. This is the best part. The best part is his closing statements. And this is why we love and cherish this entertaining man. I mean, you cannot get any better than Joe Exotic right now in 2023 and beyond. This is what he says to close his announcement, his campaign announcement from federal prison. So put aside that I am gay, that I am in prison for now, that I used drugs in the past, that I had more than one boyfriend at once, and that Carol hates my guts. Let me say that again, because that sentence needs can we submit sentence of the year? Is that an award we can get somewhere? So set aside that I'm gay, that I'm in prison for now, that I used drugs in the past, that I had one more. that I had more than one boyfriend at once, and that Carol hates my guts. This all has not a thing to do with me being able to be your voice. The best thing you have going for supporting me is that I am used to fighting my whole life just to get by. I'm broke. They have taken everything I have ever worked for away, and it's time to take this country back. And yes, I have people in mind that can help run this country a hell of a lot better than they are now. So let's cross that bridge when we get to it. Joe Exotic 2024. I mean, are we... This is it. This is it. This is where we're going. This is what we have to do. This is where we're going to be. This is where we're going to go. If Trump doesn't win, it's Kanye. And if Kanye doesn't win, it's Joe Exotic, I think, by default. So let's go. That's not how politics work, but I want it to be because I don't understand a damn thing about it. Liquid Death still hasn't called, and I don't know what they're waiting for. I mean, listen, Donald Trump versus Joe Exotic, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, what a roller coaster of an episode. Politicians and drama aside, this is my personal opinion here. I think this country needs a drastic change. If we don't get this shit under control, I mean, by God, there won't be a country left for our children to grow up in. And even to the point where Megs and I are seriously considering a move out of this country. Like Denmark, Mexico, the EU, maybe. I don't know. But anywhere but here is about to be just a little bit better, I think, in a few years. And I mean, the shit's got to stop. The shit's got to stop right now. And I mean, it's not... Listen... If you want my opinions, I think screw all of them. Like DeSantis, who the hell's that? Like Kanye West is a joke, Joe Exotic's a joke, Donald Trump's a joke, Biden's a joke. If we can elect someone, if the people could elect someone, maybe, I don't know. Let's look at the man, maybe not the chubby man in the cheap suit, but maybe let's look at, I don't know. How about Jon Stewart, dude? How about Jon Stewart? Why don't we get him to maybe take care of, I don't know, everything that's wrong with the country?
I'll go you one further. You want to ban drag show readings to children.
To minors, yes.
Why?
Why?
What are you protecting?
Why can we prohibit children from voting, those under 18 from voting?
Why are you banning?
Also that.
Is that free speech? Are you infringing on that performer's free speech?
They can continue to exercise their free speech, just not in front of a child.
Why?
Because the government does have a responsibility to protect.
I'm sorry?
The government does have a responsibility in certain instances to
What's
protect
the
children.
leading cause of death amongst children in this country? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not drag show readings to children.
Correct, yes.
So what is it?
I'm presuming you're going to say it's firearms.
No, I'm not going to say it like it's an opinion. That's what it is. It's firearms. More than cancer, more than car accidents. And what you're telling me is you don't mind infringing free speech to protect children from this amorphous thing that you think of. But when it comes to children that have died, you don't give a flying fuck to stop that because that shall not be infringed. That is hypocrisy at its highest order. But you don't want anything that could help law enforcement or society determine whether or not a person is a good guy with a gun or a bad guy with a gun.
Most even
the
law
registry
enforcement
would allow you to have much more effective background checks. So I don't understand why you won't just admit that you are making it harder for police to manage the streets by allowing all of these guns to go out without permits, without checks, and without background stuff. Why is that hard? Why can't you just stand by that?
Because that's not what I'm doing. I'm defending the individual's right to keep and bear arms.
That's a different argument.
Okay,
correct.
You may do. Here's what I'm saying. You want to say I'm a Second Amendment purist and I'm making it safer. You're not. You're making it more chaotic, and that's not a matter of opinion. That's the truth.
That is a matter of opinion, John.
But why take away their tools?
Because certain of their tools that they're using would be infringements upon the people's right to keep and bear arms, upon their constitutional rights, upon due process, upon other things.
That registering is an infringement?
Yes.
Okay. Is voting a right?
It's a right for citizens, yes.
Do you have to do anything to do it?
Yes.
What do you have to do?
It depends on the state.
What do you have to do?
Sometimes you have to be at least 18 years old.
What do you have to do?
And in some places
Hey.
you have to have a government-issued ID.
What do you have to? You have to
be on the voter rolls?
Register. You have to register.
I mean, it's just get the frick out of here, dude. Like, get this kid out. Like, punch him in the face and get him out of whatever job he's in. Listen, Jon Stewart for president. I want Jon Stewart to run for president. That's who we'll vote for, because if you don't agree with everything he said, well, listen. I started the episode off with us being friends, and now maybe we're probably not. But it's got to be the overall consensus, folks. Well, dude, you know what I mean? Like, the world's officially ending. Everyone's going to kick now, and of course, dude, the kick news, I mean, come on. We had to see this coming. We had to see the kick thing coming, right? So here's the timeline of events, right? A few years ago, we get this company called Stake, and Stake is an online, fully illegal gambling website where you can put in your real money, aka teenagers use VPNs to go to Stake, and they gamble. And they gamble away, and they go to Stake, and they gamble their parents' money on the rocket ship game that you see on TikTok, and the bingo and everything else. And they waste all of their parents' money. And once they're done wasting and losing all their parents' money, Stake just takes it and puts it in their pockets. Now, how does Stake get traffic to this, these people? And how do we find out about this? We pay influencers. Like who? Drake. Drake gets like $3 million in Instagram posts. When you see Drake gambling on Stake on his Instagram, he's getting paid like millions of dollars to post it. And the money he's gambling with is not his, and it doesn't exist, and his winnings aren't real. And if he cashes out, it doesn't matter, because then he has to put it back in and play it again for next week's post, or he doesn't get paid. It's a whole situation. Same thing with the streamers. So then what happened? The Twitch streamers said, hey, wait a minute, we can play too. So let's get on our Twitch channels, and instead of playing Fortnite, because Ninja kind of killed that for everybody, the Twitch streamers said, hey, wait a minute, let's get on Stake. And so they said, hey, Stake, Drake isn't the only one with an audience. Okay, Aiden Ross and his friends and whoever else, and the Korinakoffs of the world, and all David Dobrik's friends, and all the Twitch streamers, and the KSIs, and the whoever else, and the XO Charlie XCOI kid, or whatever, or I Show Speed, the kid who takes drugs, or the kid who's on speed showing himself. I don't know, dude. All these IRL Twitch streamers start streaming their Stake games, and we're watching the rocket ship go up, and the Nelk boys are betting 30 grand, and little buddy, the Steve Irwin of the group, his name's not Steve Irwin, and I don't mean to disrespect his name, but I don't think I can say his name on YouTube without getting banned. I think I'll get banned if I say Steve, Will Smith. Can he do it? You know who I'm talking about? Like, he would then bet, like, oh, let's put 200 grand on the roulette. And then boom, they lose it all. And you know what they do? They call Henry and they say, hey, Henry, we lost. I don't know if you were watching the stream. We just lost 300. Can we get 300? And then instantly, magically, in 2 seconds, their account, $300,000 shows right back up, because they're not gambling with real money. It's not real. It's fake. It's crypto. It's fake. And so it's all fake. And it's all fake, and it doesn't matter, and it doesn't mean anything. And that's kind of the realization that I think the world's coming to for crypto. Like, people like Gary Vee, and like, they're trying to keep the NFT thing alive. And it's like, Dude, there's a reason Logan Paul took all the money he made from his crypto shit and put it into Prime, a physical, NASDAQable, buyable for $1 billion by Gatorade product is something you can't do with a Logan Paul coin crypto zoo egg hatching scheme. It's definitely not something you can do with a digital currency. $1 billion, unless you're SBF and you're running the shit out of the Bahamas, you can't do it. Logan Paul doesn't have that many followers. But to get a Billy, you need a physical product and you need to take on the likes of Gatorade. That's besides the point. And yeah, they'll get bought. And Logan Paul's majority owner. Logan Paul exits at a B, okay? He exits at a B for Prime. P for Prime, but he exits at a B. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the game plan. And as soon as the deal comes through, which it should, in the next 2 years, they've already outgrown the brand. They already can't keep up with the demand. They're doing millions and millions of dollars a month in sales. It's insanity what that brand is doing. But anyways, back to the point. So all these Twitch streamers are making countless, endless amounts of dollars on Twitch, streaming their crypto gambling, and then that leads to the people watching Twitch. Like, who do you think's watching Corinna Proff gamble on steak in her brawl and underwear in the hot tub? Like, who's not? But like teenage boys, 18, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, me, 30-year-olds, 40, everyone, okay? Let's not single anyone out, but literally the entire planet. So what's that make you want to do? When Corinna Proff is in the hot tub, playing on steak and gambling her money away and winning big, that makes me want to go to steak and try to gamble big. Now, I've never done it because I'm not an idiot, but a lot of people have, and that's how they made their money. So once the whole crypto thing happened, Twitch and the smart guys figured out pretty quick. It took some of us a little longer, I'll admit, but the smart guys figured out that, hey, this isn't like regulated. These kids are like 19 years old in a shack in the Bahamas running steak, and they're making millions of dollars a month each. And no one's like regulating it. They're not paying taxes. Nothing's happening. They're just sending millions of dollars to Drake every week for whatever they want to do. And anytime they need to promote it, they just pay another person to go on their stream. But Twitch caught on. And Twitch said, hey guys, listen, last year we reported on it. Check it out. There's probably, I'll try to remember to put a card or a YouTube thing somewhere for you to click on, maybe in the description down below. But we reported on it. And Stake banned crypto gambling. So that put a dent, like an asteroid size dent in Stake's revenue. So what's Stake gonna do now? What we need to do is look at where all that revenue came from. Yes, Drake's Instagram feed is nice, but what was nicer was the Nelk boys, the Dewitts, the Smiths, the everybody's, the Corinnas, the this guy, the this guy, the this guy, the this guy, the Speed, the iShow, this guy, Apple, iJustine, MKBHD. They never did it, but I'm just naming off YouTubers and influencers now because everyone was streaming on Twitch with their Stake stuff, and now they can't do it. So then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Rumble comes along, but Rumble's more like, I don't know. Rumble got weird. They got political. It became an Andrew Tate thing. And then like now they're just holding that man in jail. Okay. That man, I don't know if they're ever going to release him. I'm not a supporter. I don't care what they do, but I think some form of constitutional rights might be infringed on here because I don't know if they can keep do they have evidence? Is there evidence, or are they just like, what's going on with I don't know, man. I'll go watch after I'm done with this and everything's importing and exporting into the computer. I'll go watch Philip DeFranco and find out. But like, holy shit, like they're freaking like, so once the Tates got off Rumble, it kind of tanked, I think, their stock. So then pops up Kick. And now what's interesting about Kick is you had the likes of Aiden Ross and the Steves and a few others who have had problems with their streaming and their online platforms jump ship pretty quick. And then you start hearing the little murmurs and the little things about Kick and this and that. And then the numbers get released. The numbers get released for the partnership program because Kick is literally a clone of Twitch. They took everything Twitch and then they just went into the CSS styling files of the source code and changed that purple to a real nice green. And now they've got kick.com. And you can sign up and you can use the OBS and you can stream and you can do the same thing we do at twitch.tv/WADPod, WAWDPOD, all one thing. And you can watch your favorite streamers there on kick.com or TV. I don't know what the exact URL is. I haven't gone to it and I won't be going to it now. And for the longest time, we never knew who created Kick's ownership and who they are and what they were doing was never public knowledge. And so we were left to kind of like, I don't know, maybe figure it out. Some people had speculations, some people dug into the source code, but honestly, most of us were just pretty impressed at the fact that their numbers were double what Twitch was. So whatever you make on Twitch, a Twitch subscription, I think is $5.99 a month. And I think Amazon takes like half of that. So you as the creator make like, I don't know, like $2. After taxes, you make $1. So Amazon gets their nut, but the Twitch streamers kind of don't. So that's where things like Patreon and YouTube channels come into place and why it's a big deal to promote yourself that way and on other platforms, not just Twitch. And 99% of us know that. So Kick comes along and they're like, hey, we can give you double the subs, double the revenue, more of this, less of that. And they pretty much took Twitch and did everything that the creators have been asking for and more. And so now all of the Twitch streamers are splitting their time between Twitch so that their communities are there, and then Kick on the first half of their streams for the community that has come over but has not just yet. And guess what? We're getting verified, partnered, affiliated left and right, bro. Kick is the place to be. Like I said, I'm not on it yet, but I'm sure I will be in a few weeks. So we're trying to figure out what's going on here. There's gotta be something going on, right? And so you can't keep up with Twitch if you don't have mobile apps. And so what having a mobile app requires them to do is register with the Apple and Google Play stores and the Apple App Store, right? Kind of messed that up, but you know what I mean. And so registering with those app stores, the requirements have to be that you have an LLC or some form of registered business. And what that does is allows us to take that entity that's publicly displayed in the App Store and Google and find out and pull from some databases to only determine that through a company that it's all registered in Australia, of course. And so the company that owns Kick is owned by the company that owns Kick is owned by another Australian company that's owned by another guy that's owned by another guy. Needless to say, that other guy is the CEO and operator of Stake. So in order to get their nut back, they release Kick. Oh, and guess what, by the way? Kick, no rules. Aiden Ross got porn streaming. Aiden Ross got his sister streaming. You can do whatever you want. You wanna punch someone in the face? Go for it. I wouldn't suggest taking it further than that. And I'm not telling you to punch someone in the face. Don't take podcasters' advice, especially not Joe Rogan's and especially not mine. But listen, so whatever you want to do on Kick, Corinna Croft's there. All my friends are there. Everyone's going there because the Kick people, like they were for the other influencers, like, you know, when the Nelk Boys lost, you know, 300 grand on Twitch stream gambling on Stake, They called Danny, right? They called the guy. They called the Danny. They called the guy who makes it happen, and then $300,000 magically appears in their account. Danny's on Kick. And so we have evidence and screenshots. I'll try to put them on the screen. But Danny's on Kick gifting subs. And guess what? For half the cost on Twitch, you can gift twice as many subs to these channels. So these little channels who have like 10, 20 subs because their small Twitch audiences followed them over to Kick, they're gifting hundreds of subs. And guess what happens when you get hundreds of followers? Or they're subbing followers, they're subbing sub, they're gifting subs. You know the lingo, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm rambling, it's fine. But then they get affiliated and now they're more enticed to stream more on Kick and less on Twitch. And now Kick is pulling the people away. But based on the findings, we know it's just the scumbags of state. So you're putting your money and your efforts and your streaming and your privacy and everything you're doing, your transactions are probably all going through the same banks. Any transaction you make on Kick is probably going through stake servers. So if you want your cash immediately flipped into crypto and then doing something sketchy from two dudes in the Bahamas in like a shack that is like this big, here's their headquarters, I'm pretty sure, like they're funneling millions of dollars. It's an SBF nightmare like of a situation. But now Kick is mainstream and we've got logos and stickers on F1 Formula car races. And of course it pretty much confirms it again that they replaced all of the stake logos on the F1 racing car with Kick logos. So what are we talking about? Hey, what are we doing? It's another crypto company seeping into real world stuff. Okay, we're now spending real cash with these people and they don't have a great track record at probably privacy or paying taxes or doing anything above or outside of the law. So like, be careful on Kick. If you're streaming there, I don't know, maybe use a VPN or something. I don't know. But the owners of Kick are the owners of Stake. And that's a little, you know what I mean? It's a little kind of, it's a little sketch. So if you can, dude, I mean, get out of there. Let's go back to Twitch, okay? Twitch.tv/WADPod. And let's get it popping. You know what I mean? Let's stick to Twitch is the OG. They're here. Listen, I know they don't listen. I know, but they're it's a corporation. At least it's not ran out of a freaking shack in the Bahamas, dude. Like, get over crypto, a cryptocurrency. I mean, come on. It's a little scammy looking. But hey, I mean, these young streamers, these small streamers, like their communities on Twitch went from like 50 to 100 followers to like 500 overnight on Kick. And that makes a small streamer feel real good, especially when they get that email at 500 followers that's saying, hey, you're affiliate, you can get subscribers, people can pay you, here's how much you'll make, here's ads, here's sponsors, here's Kick, let's do it. And so it's kind of like, hey, but do they know what they're getting into? Will it all collapse? Who knows? We saw what happened to Mixer. Mixer was supposed to be the shit. Where's that? Rumble was supposed to be the shit. Why aren't y'all there? Now Kick's here. But guess what survived all of it? Twitch.tv. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't have that big of an opinion. But if we were going to do something, else, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Hey, listen, I'll probably announce in 3 weeks that we're joining Kick.com. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Is it Kick.com? Let's just see. Kick, am I right on that? Kick.com. Yeah, that's it. And like, dude, look at these people live. 3,000 views. Some guy's playing chess. There's a man playing, let me take a screenshot. There's a man playing chess and he has 3,000 viewers. There's a girl sitting here in lingerie. She's got 166. And here's a man Big Bass, a game called Big Bass, and he's got 2,600 viewers. I mean, it's quite literally insane, the reach of these people. 12-hour stream, 200 viewers. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed if this goes under. But hey, body painting. Someone's doing a body painting. Come hang with mommy. I mean, you never know what you're going to find on Kick. Can't find that on Twitch, can ya? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for rocking with me. This has been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. It's 84, baby, and we're almost at 100. I'm trying to secure some guests, dude. I want Uncle Laser. I want Uncle Laser on this podcast so bad. And honestly, dude, if we can get Uncle Laser on here, man, that would make the year. That would be stupid viral, dude. That episode will pull numbers. I mean, I've already got a list of things I want to ask him, topics, questions, zingers, jokes, bits. I got it all. I think him and I could really make something happen. So if you see this as a clip, tag him, at Uncle Laser, at whatever, find at Uncle Laser. You'll see his picture. It's him with a freaking mullet, dude. You can't miss it. Tag him and let's get this done. Hit us up. I emailed you, bro. You have an at yahoo.com email. If you come on this podcast, I will personally pay for Google Workspace and get you whatever you want, like uncle@laser.com email address. You want a Uncle Laser at uncle.laser.com email address? Let's go. I'll get you a new email address. We got to get you off Yahoo, brother. Let's get Uncle Laser on this podcast, bro. I'm so excited, man, for the things that we're doing. Episode 100's coming. We got so much stuff planned for that. Maybe Uncle Laser will come through on episode 100. I don't know. wadpod.com/YouTube. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, dude. Please check that out. wadpod.com/YouTube. I'll say it again. We're really trying to get 1,000 over there. I'm almost there. I'm growing every day. We're posting every day. You'll see shorts today. While I'm editing this, I'll probably post some shorts. I'm going to go grab my lunch, come back up, edit this podcast, post some shorts, and keep on grinding, dude. Our Twitch schedule, twitch.tv/WADPOD, WAWDPOD, stand for the What Are We Doing podcast, and a lot of other Twitch streamers don't understand it, but it's okay. I explain it. Dude, we're just playing Pokemon, dude. We're having fun Monday through Thursday, 4 to 5:30. That's pretty much our schedule, unless I have some meetings that get in the way. Sometimes work and life get a little crazy, but it's okay because we're getting them bags, daddy. If we're not streaming on Twitch, that means we're getting a bag, okay? If we miss a week of this podcast, it means we got a bag. And you should be proud of that. You should be proud. And speaking of that bag, let's get it over at patreon.com/whatarewedoing. Best outro ever. You know what I'm talking about? It's $1. And I know that 99.9% of you watching make more than $1 a month. So let's go to patreon.com/whatarewedoing, get those numbers up, and we're going to start posting some bonus episodes. Some AMAs can happen over there. Some merch can happen over there for you. Some magical things will happen at patreon.com/whatarewedoing. Okay. My name's Levi McCurdy, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching again. This has been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. If you enjoyed it, please hit subscribe. Check us out everywhere. Check out our friends. Follow us on Twitter. I'm saying everything I just said again. Let's do it. Peace out, everybody. This is the What Are We Doing podcast.